So today's a bit of a shorter day for everybody. Just because we're basically going to get rid of our warm-up. But we'll still start the right way. There is a right way to start it. So I don't care whose fitness class you're taking. If they're not starting like this, it's not right. Today, like I said last week, is more of a mobility style day. It's going to be, it's a loosen up, kind of off week. Go ahead and go the other way in your circles. But if you're anything like Sophie and I, where you've been doing most of the last, we're on week 8. I think going into week 8 here. If you did the first section and then into this round. So it's pretty long time. So you kind of have your detraining and your training and stuff, so we can reduce injury risk. If you're following along, you'll notice my other class, like I alternate the weeks that are off, so that way we don't completely have an off week if you're following both classes, but just enough to kind of keep us mobile and able to function while also getting some recovery in there. So if you're watching at home, I encourage you to pause it and go get yourself like a chair or maybe a table, or maybe just use like the armrest of the back of the couch, something that you can hold here. And basically all we're doing is we're just taking our leg over it. So we want something that's gonna push us. So we almost have to lean to get our foot over, but we don't want to quite have to lean to get our foot over. And then we also want some sort of pad, like what I have, just a little ab mat. Not too much, but just enough to go under your knee. So pause it, go get those 2 things. Alrighty, so we'll walk through what we're doing today, and then we'll just do our standard 4 rounds of 30 seconds. So the first one is good mornings. Oh boy, I think the door locked. Here comes Mark. Better unlock it. Hello. How are you, Mark? Yeah, this is our offer. There you go. I don't know, you might need this one. I don't know. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out as we go. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure this is a go big or go home kind of thing. So we'll see. First one. Good mornings. So I was just explaining to everybody, it's going to be shorter because we're getting rid of our warm-up today, because the whole thing's basically just a mobility warm-up day. But we'll go through all of our moves, and then we'll do our standard forward by head. So the first one is good mornings. Hands behind your head or in front of your chest if behind your head's uncomfortable. Keeping your legs pretty straight. You're just going down until you feel it in the backs of your legs. You can widen your stance if you want it to be, if you want to be able to go a little bit farther, or you can narrow up your stance. You'll also notice that it kind of moves through your legs. So a little bit wider, you'll probably be getting more of the inside. A little bit more narrow, you'll probably getting more outside. So just do whatever feels most comfortable to you. But the goal that we're going for is just to keep a flat back, chest up, and we're just getting that stretch and pull down through our low back, into our glutes, into our legs. Next one is hurdles. That's why you need this thing. So the goal here is to stay upright, and then you're going to take your leg up and over. Just like kind of if you think about like a hurdler, that's how their trail leg, like their leg in the back goes. So the key here though is we don't want to have to lean to get over, and we also don't want to have to bring up our knee and then like kick out over. We want it to be a nice smooth move all the way over, trying not to hit it like that. So that's what I was saying. If you need something smaller, go for it. That's fine. Then we're going to go into open the gate. So from here, it'll just be knee up, opening here. And then you can even throw like a close the gate in there if you want to. But the key here, again, staying nice and tall, staying straight through your stance leg, whichever leg you're balancing on. We want to stay straight through there. We don't want to be side bending. And we just want to keep it up, moving in one line of motion. We don't want to see us like trying to flail around. It's not, yeah, exactly. Don't do that. Thank you for demonstrating. It's not about how far you're moving today. It's about the quality of it. I know I always say that, but today more than any. So Next, we're going down on our ground. Next couple will be on the ground for us. Here, you'll just be kneeling on this. I encourage you to get your knee kind of close to the front, almost to where it's hanging off. I just noticed that's more comfortable on my knee. So from here, you're gonna rock forward, keeping your chest up, pushing that hip forward. I guess I can switch sides so you can see easier. But pushing the hip forward, getting a nice stretch on the hip flexor, and then you're coming back, and you're just bringing your toes up. Here, I was kind of doing a bad job there. We want to try and keep our chest up, back flat-ish. It's okay if you round down, but we don't want to be hugging our knee. So just rock back until you feel it. If you want to, you can start farther back, so then you're like sitting down, or you can start out here and you'll just get a tiny bit of motion. I don't care. It really doesn't matter. You do whatever is most comfortable for you, and then you just come back forward, stretching out your hip flexor and even some of your abs. Then we're going into a pike with toe touches. So everybody knows the pike position up here, and you're just going forward a little bit to get out of that pike, and then you're coming back, opposite hand to opposite foot. So my left hand will go to my right toe, my right hand will go to my left toe. The goal here, again, feeling it through the backs of the hamstrings, maybe even into the calves, and then you're gonna be feeling it through the backs of the arms. And then the last one we have is a pike to cobra. So here, you're rocking up into a pike, rocking down into a cobra, up into a pike, down into a cobra. There again, staying nice and controlled, keeping the chest up as you come in through that to that cobra, and staying nice and controlled though. We don't want to see sagging for the sake of the hip sagging. We want to see sagging because it's nice and controlled. So, if anybody has any questions, speak now or forever hold your peace. Not that we need any pump up music for this, but we'll make it a little louder. Yeah, definitely a yoga app day, not a hit app day. So, we'll get started here. On your mark. Yes, good mornings. Pay attention to how you feel through this whole first round. Might be kind of fun to feel on the next round and third and fourth how much different you feel. If you feel more limber, if you feel like you're going farther before you get discomfort. I don't know. There's no expectation, but I would generally think that's probably what's going to happen. Very good. Into your hurdles. Again, staying nice and straight. Up, drag through, and then just come again. I'd say do 6 or 7 on one side, and then switch on over. Really try and drag that foot all the way over. Stay strict about your form. Don't drop that knee. Try not to side bend. Good. Go ahead and switch sides if you haven't already. Good. And to open and close the gate, knee up, just moving to the side. See how wide you can get that knee before you have to rotate. You don't want to have to rotate the hips, just rotate that one hip socket. Very good. Bring out your pad now. Grab one knee. We'll do 6 or 7 on one side, 6 or 7 on the other. Just pause at the top for that hip flexor, then rock back, trying to keep your chest up, going more towards the wall than towards your knee. good that the 2 people that were in the first round showed up for today. I'd have felt bad if it was like the people who have only been here like a day or 2. They just showed up and it's like, sorry, you're in an offer. Go ahead and switch on over if you haven't already. Mark, what'd you do this weekend? Okay. Peach picking. Where'd you go peach picking around here? Okay. We're going into the pikes with the toe touches. So you're up, rocking back, touching those toes. Where'd you go fishing? Okay. Just for bass or what? Okay. How was it? Is anything biting right now? Into pikes with a cobra? The kid did or the dad caught 6 or 8 each day? Well, why weren't you fishing with whatever they were fishing with then? I guess that's the trick really, is how many did the kid reel in versus how many did he hook? That's not there. Yeah. Okay. We'll go ahead and stand back up into good mornings. Yeah, it was definitely warm. And I go to the river pretty much every day right now because I still let my dog swim and stuff. It's just too hot to go run anywhere. At least with him. But yeah, it's definitely been getting warm. Where is there a peach orchard, or is it close to in town? North? Go over into Hurdles. Okay. Gotcha. I figured it had to either be somewhere cooler or somewhere with more water. So that makes sense that it's down by the river. Switch if you haven't switched already. Yeah. Oh yeah, and all of the what do you call them? Benches. Like on all the benches right by the river that would go out into the river. Like what is now underwater. I know at the bottom of Wowie Canyon, they used to have a big bench there that had a lot of it. Open and close the gate. Yeah. I forget what it's called. All I can think of is a bench right now. But yeah, I know Wowie used to be one of the switch feet if you haven't already. It was one of the top producing things for produce and stuff in the area. Because it was so fertile and the river just kind of wound its way right around it. So it had a lot of water. And it's kind of interesting. So there's that little county park there, and you can go read the plaques. When they first started trying to get grain down there, they built these chutes down onto a knee, rock them forward for the hip flexor, backwards for the hamstring. But they would build these chutes, and they'd put the grain in them, and they would like put them in the chute all the way down the canyon. Well, they had to stop doing that because it was burning up the grain by the time it got to the river for the boats. But I think they ended up, yeah, like all the way down the canyon. I think they ended up, if I'm remembering the correct place I read this, is they ended up doing like a bucket, like just a circular kind of bucket thing, like for a mine. Go ahead and switch feet. So they'd load up a cart and then they'd go down the tracks and just keep circulating. Yeah, basically. I think. Maybe I'm mixing up what I'm reading about, but yeah, I just remember the chute being kind of funny. It's like scorched grain by the time it gets to the bottom. Like that seed is absolutely moving if it's scorching. Yeah. Pike to toe touches. Can you imagine like if it was corn, it'd come out of popcorn down at the bottom. Yeah. Did it rain much up here? Good. And then we'll go into pikes to cobras. Yeah. It's sprinkled in the valley, but not much. Like not enough to make a difference. Just enough to see it on the gravel road. Last one. So we'll go back up. Good mornings here.
Stay with me if you wanna.
My hamstrings are definitely enjoying this more now than they were the first time. Very good. Into hurdles. Sophie, what'd you do? I mean, not that you're gonna up like fishing and peaches, picking, and all sorts of stuff, but oh yeah. With Kevin Hart and The Rock. Okay. Oh, that's right. I was thinking it was the Jumanji one, but it's just the river cruise. Okay. Switch over to the other side. Yeah. What movie theater do you go to up here if you go to a movie theater? Okay. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and open and close the gate. Oh. Yeah. Those are always nice theaters that have their reclining seats. So, would you recommend or would you not recommend to the folks at home to go see the Jungle Cruise? Okay. Go ahead and switch feet. So worth going, not as kids oriented as you thought it was going to be. Got it. I will have to look for it when I need a recommendation. Down onto the ground, onto a knee. Rocking forwards, rocking backwards. Go ahead and switch on over. Oh, that's what I should have done. I should have cranked up the heat in here and we could do like hot yoga. We could do that on a Wednesday. I forget what my uncle said they used to call it, but he used to be part of a spin class. And for like the last 10 minutes, they would just turn off all the lights and crank the heat, and you had to like go to your highest setting kind of thing. That was, I don't think so. I think this would have been before Soul Cycle was around. Go ahead, pike to toes. Yeah. Yeah. I will say Peloton has a good thing going with their like community side of things. You know, so you can actually do it with people. And pikes to a cobra. Yeah. And last round, here we go. Normally this is where I have to like give you a pump up speech. And in a way it's good that you're sweating. Like it's kind of like when you do just relaxation yoga and it's still hard. It's good because it means that you're staying in control. You're still breathing, you're still not letting yourself get sloppy about stuff, even though it's pretty relaxing. Okay. Green block. Green block. Go into hurdles. See, where I'm from, there's all sorts of orchards. So, just like the southeast, we get a lot of water, which is very good for orchard style stuff. South Carolina. Technically, I'm from Inman, South Carolina, which its claim to fame is it was the peach capital of South Carolina. Mainly because I think the most of the market went through there. So it wasn't so much that we had that many peaches. Go and switch sides. Like I think we did have a lot of orchards, but I think you had a lot of peaches that came out of Georgia and stuff, and they had to go through us to get to like North Carolina and the foothills of North Carolina and stuff. That's North Carolina. Yeah, so where's she at? Chapel Hill, Duke, NC State? I don't know the specialty schools. Maybe. It's right in there. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know law schools. Sorry. Go ahead and do her open and close the gates. Yeah, so that's South Carolina. That's down on the coast. I'm from like the northwest corner of South Carolina. That would be like the southeast corner almost. there are a lot of bugs. But it's because of the moistness, so like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say we have any more spiders than here. We don't have as scary as spiders as like the desert in Arizona and stuff. Rocking forwards and backwards on the knee. The good thing about black widows is generally they like damp, dark places, yeah. Which the southeast has a lot of those. But that's where like I grew up, like running or biking, and there was one loop I could do that went right by an orchard. And so like if I was biking, it was a little 5-mile loop, and I would just stop and go grab an apple. I would eat it on my way around to the next loop. Go and switch sides if you haven't already. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I really like about the southeast. Some of the stuff I don't miss though are bugs, particularly mosquitoes, I should say, and humidity. Hurricanes, but not really. We'll get a few, like every now and then there's a big hurricane comes through South Carolina, but we more just get like the thunderstorms and like rain from the, especially as inland as I am. Pikes to toes. Yeah. Yeah, we don't get the swells. And even the South Carolina coast really doesn't get that many. Most of them, if they're coming up as far as us, they're going more north to like New Jersey. Or if they're south, they're in Florida. But yeah. And then pikes to cobras. Most of them will come like out of Africa, and then they skirt off the eastern coast of Florida, and then they'll come up to us most of the time. I grew up whitewater rafting and kayaking, so anytime there was a hurricane coming through, that meant there was a lot of water. So that was always a time to make sure the boats were packed. We'll get an occasional tornado, but not like what they get in Kansas or Oklahoma and Nebraska, where they're just tearing through acres and acres. Very good. Go about the rest of your day feeling all extra limbered up. If you're at home, thank you for joining us today. Hope you enjoyed our little stretch out routine as much as we did. I'll see you all next time. On Wednesday, we'll do something very similar, but probably a little bit more intensity. A little more of like a power yoga type of thing. And then we'll get right back after it next week.